An American with more than 25 years experience taking tour groups to Cuba says people are leaving the island because of massive shortages and because they've lost hope.
Yeah, just in the past few weeks, we brought you the exclusive stories of dramatic rescues at sea of Cuban refugees. And yesterday we heard from one of the Cubans saved at sea. And now 8 on your side, Jeff Patterson digging deeper into the problems that are now leading to a new exodus from Cuba. He joins us now live from Port Tampa with more. Jeff.
Good evening, Josh and Stacy. When 24 Cuban refugees were rescued at sea by the Carnival cruise ship Paradise and then brought back here to Port Tampa Bay, their lives had changed forever. But an American with years of experience taking tour groups to Cuba says conditions in that country right now are very difficult. These are images from Herman Bibbs, a passenger on board the Carnival cruise ship Paradise, shared exclusively with 8 on your side. This shows the moment the Paradise rescued 24 Cuban refugees at sea. One of the refugees who was saved that day is now in Miami with family, but he told us he left because conditions in his country are so bad.
Cubans don't have opportunities at all. I've been working there in Cuba for 3 years, and since I was 17, and I'll never have what I'm going to have here. It touched me, and I made the decision.
Steve Rupert has more than 25 years of experience taking Americans to Cuba for educational tours. He was my guide on several trips to Havana.
It was January 2015, right at New Year's, right after Obama opened the place up.
But he says conditions have changed greatly since my last visit.
But of course, the pandemic shut everything down. They just basically locked the whole country down for a year and a half. So it hasn't really recovered.
Rupert says there are shortages of food, medicine, and necessities across the island.
Everything's in this shortage, and they're having trouble figuring out what their money's worth, because the value of money on the street is dramatically different than it is in the banks.
He says for that reason, people are willing to risk their lives to leave.
The one reason that most people are leaving is they've lost hope. There's just nothing they have to look forward to.
Steve Rupert is licensed by the U.S. government to take Americans to Cuba on tours. He says his business was shut down during the pandemic, but he says things are finally starting to slowly back up for people like him who have those licenses to take tour groups down. Reporting live in Tampa, Jeff Patterson, 8 on your side.